with all the existing infrastructure that's in place, it's just situated outside of the well-known mining district of Cloncurry. There's a low capex to get this thing up and running again. And then importantly, we see a near-term production, and when near-term, I'm talking 6 to 12 months to get this operation back together.
Welcome to Proactive Investors, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kerry Stevenson. I've asked Paul Williams to come along and have a chat with us today. He's the Managing Director of Auking Mining. The symbol for gold is AU, so why don't we just call you the Gold King? Gold Kings.
I'm happy. I'm very happy with that, Kerry. I think it's a great idea, and look, and it's terrific to catch up with you again. Thank you.
Always good to catch up with you, Paul. Talk to us about this recent announcement about the deal with Orion around and in Cloncurry region.
Yeah, look, we're super pleased, Kerry, to be involved. Look, we initially entered the transaction with Orion Resources late last year, and we've been working with them as their acquisition of this portfolio of gold assets in and around Cloncurry in northern Queensland. That acquisition is getting close to being financially closed within the next month or so. We did recently announce that Auking or Gold King has moved to have the rights to secure up to a 50% interest in Orion Resources. We initially had 15, and then had approval from the ASX to move up to 50% by spending $5 million on the project before 30 June in 2027, so over 2 years of work. So, but look, in terms of where we are situated now, we're incredibly pleased to be involved in the project. Where, as the announcement yesterday indicated, there's some serious technical expertise being added. Well, we added some technical people, and we touch on that a bit later. But our board, late last year, we made some significant appointments, and then Orion themselves are forming a project team of some really experienced people. And look, and that's really what we see. Well, there's some other aspects of this collection of assets that are very unique and important, but having the people involved is going to be one of the main drivers for this.
Talk to me about the deal itself, because you said 50%, and I guess Orion have got the other 50%. Why did Orion need you guys? Like, what's this marriage all about? And then we'll go into the asset themselves.
Yeah, sure. Look, I think ultimately, I think they're looking to have exposure with an ASX listed company, and they've already essentially taken advantage of that because, we can be providing updates to the market on the ASX platform as and when, results are coming through. For example, we recently entered an agreement with the owner of the Tick Hill historical gold mine, which is south of Mount Isa, and provided details, and we'll come back to that shortly. But the Tick Hill operation could well present us with another opportunity for near-term gold production. So, look, I think it's the ability to have an involvement with a ASX listed entity, and and potentially have some of their investors involved with shares in our company at different stages, and I think it's just the overall exposure. Even some of the feedback from the the announcement yesterday that we got from people, they would not have got otherwise.
Okay, so some of the Orion, so this deal, do some of them go on the board of Auking?
Yeah, so there were 3 people appointed late last year, Kerry. There was Mark Fisher, who's an ex-senior Barrick Gold executive, and for several years, Mark was involved with gold mining up at Porgera and other operations in PNG. He also headed up the Barrick's global copper business for a period of time. So as a mining engineer, Mark's been of invaluable assistance already, from a technical perspective. Dr. Kylie Prendergast also joined the board. Kylie's a really well-known, well-respected geologist in the industry. She's the MD of Helix Resources, so and knows her way around the ASX space. And then Nick Harding is another very experienced finance executive in the ASX space and particularly the resource sector. So they've added a lot of expertise already.
Okay, I don't want to run out of time. I need
Right.
people to understand this Cloncurry project. You've now got your hands on it in association with Orion. Is it, just give us a brief overview, if you like. Is this going to be in development stage? What have you got up there?
Yeah, so the key with these assets, Kerry, is so there's a processing plant at Larena,
Okay.
all fully permitted, sitting on mining leases, environmental approvals, and that's the base of essentially the hub of the proposed operation. There's historical mining licenses to the south at Mount Freda and the Golden Mile area. Larena itself was a historical open pit operation, and that's potentially got additional mine life. And then there's also a series of about 20 exploration licenses that are coming into with the package, and there's already assets. And one of the key things with this package is it brings a whole range of scoping studies, feasibility studies, and historical drilling and results that we can already chase. And so look, it's an existing asset package, and then once you've got that, along come things like Tick Hill, where the guy approached us with an interest, and we're getting very close to some additional commercial arrangements with them. So, you know, I suppose I'm not sure if you're going to leave me with the 30-second elevator, the famous Kerry Stevenson elevator.
Go on then, because we've got to finish up.
And I'll anticipate it anyway. But yeah, so look, with all the existing infrastructure that's in place, it's just situated outside of the well-known mining district of Cloncurry. There's a low capex to get this thing up and running again. And then importantly, we see a near-term production, and when near-term, I'm talking 6 to 12 months to get this operation back together. As I mentioned, there's a wealth of technical information and data and reports and everything that we need that's worth a fortune that we've already got access to. An important feature about these, Kerry, is that this collection of assets, it's the first time they've been consolidated in the one corporate vehicle. Historically, they've been owned by different companies and joint ventures and all sorts of other arrangements, which has created issues for previous owners. And that's one of the things for us. We're thinking, there's obviously been work done by different people in the past. They were clearly adopting a business plan that was correct, but it was just difficult to execute. And then finally, the gold price. We're in a great environment where, there's a lot of interest in gold asset. And I would have thought near-term gold production assets like this in Queensland, and we couldn't be happier with where we are.
All right. Well, watch this space, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an interesting time for, as I call them, Gold King, or King Mining. As I said before, the ASX code is AKN. Paul Williams, thanks so much for the update, and thanks for joining me today.
Terrific to see you, Kerry. Thank you.